Welcome down to our YouTube channel. Just a little short segment we want to discuss about this new rule. It's not that new, but it's been tweaked a little bit. Goalkeepers, if they don't release the ball from their hands in 8 seconds, time wasting, and a corner is given. What do you make of this? Do you reckon it's going to be enforced?
Well, I think in the modern game, the goalkeepers have the ball too much anyway, don't they? Play like number 10s now. But this 8-second rule, I thought it was a rule anyway, but they're trying to enforce it. I think it's a good thing. They want to speed the game up. But,
yeah. Look, when we were playing, it was meant to be the rule. I think it was 6 seconds back in the day, but it just wasn't implemented. I mean, I'm sure it'll be implemented for the first 2-3 months of the season, like most laws of the game. Let's see if it carries on. But you know what? Absolutely, why not? I mean, they could just drop it to their feet, and then obviously the opposition could press. It is going to quicken the game up even more, for sure. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I really don't. But it's going to put even more pressure on them in the sense that they probably will drop it to their feet. Then they've got to do something with their feet.
But how frequently have we seen a rule being put in place in the summer? It starts off in August in the season and it's implemented heavily, but it sort of trails off as the season progresses. Yeah. You reckon that's going to happen again?
It potentially will do. I think they're trying to quicken the game up, but it's going to put, like you said, there's going to be more pressure, and now you see that high press. But like I said, the keepers are playing like number 10s now, aren't they, and putting their team under pressure. So it's probably going to create more of that. So
I don't mean to be harsh, but keepers are keepers for a reason. Yeah. You know, and they weren't the best out on pitch, and they can be very good in goal. So Bench is right. You're asked even more nowadays, or they are asked even more nowadays, and centre halves as well, to play like number 10s in the most crucial part of the position of the pitch. So it's going to be really difficult. But look, in terms of this, a goalkeeper can, if he wants to, just boot it out and stick it up to the centre forward. But the managers don't want that nowadays. So again, it will be interesting to see how it's implemented. And then it's up to the PGMOL if they want to do it. Because if they go on for the next year and two, they can. If it's just for a couple of months, like a lot of other laws, it's just going to go away.
I want them to kick it more. Let's get them kicking it more. There should be a rule they got to boot it.
Well, Edison can.
Yeah, 8 times. I think it's a frustration of mine this year. We were talking about it, the Guardiola effect, where every team is playing out from the back. They'll do it. They're not allowed to kick. They play out. And I think it sort of had a negative impact on the game. It's made it more predictable, more boring. I would like the goalkeepers to mix it up. So I might put my own rule in.
Why not?
Yeah.
They've got the Kings League now, right? Gerard Piqué. They've got all sorts of rules there.
Yeah.
I've actually got a couple of numbers here. Goalkeepers booked for time wasting this season. And for context purposes, we are covering Arsenal-Chelsea. So 2 of the keepers are on display. Sanchez and David Raya right there. Makes sense. Who's going to suffer the most next season?
I don't think goalkeepers really care as long as they're not sent off. Those bookings were probably towards the end of the game where they're just trying to see out time. So that's probably where it's coming in, to stop the time wasting later on in the game, to keep that tempo up for the full 90 minutes. I'm sure if Robert Sanchez knows it's there and he's already been booked, he's not going to do it again.
Sorry, go on.
Well, he might have been holding the ball. He's under a lot of pressure this year, wasn't he? Like with his feet, he wasn't showing signs that he was that great. So maybe he was just holding the ball because he didn't want to put it down and play with it. Could have been.
I got more data for you. Total seconds goalkeepers have spent with the ball in their hands. Ipswich this entire season out on their own by some distance. Manchester City, rock bottom of this table, and it makes sense when you got someone like Edison in goal. So,
well, he won't care then, will he, of the new ruling, for sure. And that is interesting. You can see that someone like Ipswich, I'm surprised about Brentford, to be honest with you, because they're a very good side in the Premier League. You would think it'd be the ones that are most under pressure. You know, Nottingham Forest are up there, Arsenal too. So there are a few clubs that surprise me up there, but I'm not surprised to see City down there.
I think the teams at the bottom there, like Man City and Tottenham, and Liverpool do it as well. Listen, they're quick release as well, you know, on the half volley to release their centre forward. So they're playing through balls from the back, aren't they? These keepers are the new number 10s.
You said earlier keepers can't play outfield. If you both had to name a keeper that you played against or with who might be able to do a job, at least in League 2, who would it be?
I can't think of one.
Not one. Okay, let's lower it down. National League 1.
National League 1. Jens Lehmann he couldn't play out. Brad Friedel, he's just goalkeepers. And I don't think there's many. There wasn't many.
That's not a very good.
That's a yeah.
The keepers that I played with.
I'm wondering if they're watching right now.
I know.
Hey, you played with David James.
Well,
he played out front.
I have. What did I say
yeah.
about David James?
Best kicker.
For me, the sweetest striker of all that I've seen, for sure. But with respect, I mean, J-Mo was put on, if you remember, by Stuart Pearce.
Man City,
For Manchester
Middlesbrough.
City.
Yes.
I can't remember who was on the bench, but there was a striker who wasn't on the. It was on the bench and wasn't put on.
John something. His name.
I can't remember, but
Yes.
maybe Pearcey was trying to make a point to him and putting J-Mo up front. With respect to J-Mo, I'll go big compliment, one of the sweetest strikes I've ever seen. I wouldn't have him out on field though, I must admit.
J-Mo?
J-Mo, I was with him at England, yeah,
Course, yeah.
great technique, could leap across it, he's a great keeper, like shot stopper, but yeah, put him, I don't know about Cruyffs and step-overs,
Yeah.
no, I'm not sure.
Don't tell him I said that though, will you?
No, never. He won't see this. All right, final question.
Yes.
Could you play in goal, though?
Oh yeah, I'm
Specifically
brilliant
you.
at goal.
Amazing,
Do
amazing.
you know what? I love his attitude. He can play anywhere, couldn't he?
He's very
Oh,
positive.
dirty, dear.
Yeah.
You should be one of those positivity coaches.
I should, yeah.
I think that's what your
Tony
life calling
Robbins,
is.
No, what's his name?
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins,
Tony
not the
Robbins.
other Robbins.
No,
not him, no.
He'd be too busy dancing in the goal,
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
looking at the ball.
Wake
that's
up
the
every
thing.
morning and go,
It's all-
yes, I woke up as me.
It's how some keepers stay focused. All right, we're wrapping it up here. What do you make of the rules? Leave a comment down below. Goalkeepers, could they be punished next season? We'll wait and see.